Hey! Bull plug, what the hell's the name of that thing? Shit. Anyway, bull ring, I think is the name of it. It's a tow strap tie down, and I'm putting it in on the truck. And so I figured I would just do a little video on it in case somebody got one. So, the way these little suckers work, pretty cool. I had them on my Dodge, and they work great, and I tied down a lot of stuff and never had a problem with them. So when they're sitting on this thing, they're like this, and then when you need them, you just pull it up like so, hook in, tie down, do what you need to do, and then when you finish with it, it goes back down level. And they've got these little screws right here that's tighten up, but this clamping system is pretty cool because it clamps on 3 different points on this tailgate or on the side of your truck. So it really gives a great leverage point. So I've got one put in over here, and then I'm going to give you a couple tips that I learned by putting these in from my other truck and this one. So on this one right here, I have that one put in, and again, you can't see it until I come up here and reach down, then I hook it up and do what I need to do, and it falls back down. So these little cutouts here are they're solid and they're flat, so you actually have to cut them out. Now on one of the Toyotas, it's got a nice little flap out and you just bend it, but on these they're solid and you have to actually get a little razor and cut it out. And it was kind of a pain in the butt, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Let me see if I can get my stand set up here. So this is what ends up coming out of it, and it's already got the little cutout. And then you can just take this and put it out about a quarter or so, and you just what I end up doing is I cut all the straight edges, because if you try to go around a corner you'll end up going off. So get your little thing, and actually I have one that's set so you can set it to the lowest level, and that's the lowest level. So you go down, you do a few, it takes like 3 cuts to go through it, and then you get through it. And then once I get one side here and one side here, I just kind of poke like so around the edges, because if you try to cut around the edges it gets all crooked. So I just kind of like make a like perforated paper, I guess, around the corner, and then it gives me a place to go, and then I cut around, and then I pill up one corner and I stick a screwdriver in here. Hopefully I'm in camera because I didn't turn around. Once I get a corner up, I kick a screwdriver in here, and then I just go along and I finish, and I just cut by pulling and pulling until it finally cuts out. And then when it's out, I take the little piece that fits in there, and this is a big tip before I forget. Take those screws out. They don't need to come in. It won't come apart. If you try to keep the screws in there, you'll end up dropping them down here. Ask me how I know. Alright, raise your hand if you're a dummy, because I did it. So I dropped it and I had to get a magnet, and then the magnet didn't work, and then it fell again. I had to reach up, climb underneath the car. It was a pain in the butt. So just take those 2 screws out while you're messing with this. So because this goes flush in here like so, when it's done, I turn it upside down and I try to fit it in this little cutout. And then I find my little places that need more cutting if it doesn't fit, and then I just come around and I trim until this fits. If it fits upside down, it's going to fit right side up. So here's another key point that they really don't say in the instructions. This could go this way and hook here, but there's not a really good lip here, and you can't see it. So the third side always comes to the outside of the truck, not to the bed. So basically when it sits in here and you put the weight and you tie down, you want it hooked on this end. If it's over here, you don't get as much strength if you're pulling, because there's no hook on this side. So the third hook, there's one on each side, and the third one always goes to the outside of the truck, not to the bed. And then to get it in, you just kind of like slant it down, and it really fits right in the hole, and then you pull it up. And I'm going to try to put this up higher so maybe you guys can see that, because I don't think you're getting maybe you're getting a good view. No, you're not getting a good view. Let me set this up here. Now That's the view. Yeah, now we're going to get a good view. Oh, maybe not. Guess I'll tighten that little knob. Okay, so now we got a good view here. And you see how it hooks in there? When it went in, this back lip here clips on this side. This lip clips over here, and this clips over here. And when you pull it in tight, you know it's hooked up good. It's hooked up on these two sides, and it's hooked up on the back. And then once those two are hooked up, I just hold this metal thing because that holds it up in place. Then I set down my little piece that I've already cut out and measured. It's nice and flush. Then I get my screws and I just screw those in, and it pulls it right up and holds it in place. Now I don't tighten this down. If I wasn't doing the camera, I'd put this screw in, then get the other screw and go back and forth. But I just want to get one screw in to hold it, and then if I can find my other screw, I'll go ahead and put that one in. I always reverse the screw when I put it in to hear that click. I don't know if you can hear that. That tells me it's seated properly. I do that especially on fine screws and when I'm working on guns. I don't know if you can say gun anymore on YouTube. Hey gun people. So then I'm just going to go back and forth, tighten each side. And that is installed, ready to be used. Those things are solid. I like them. I think they're great. I cut out the other two. I ordered two. Wanted to make sure they were fit and they were the right ones, so then I had to order two more. So I went ahead and cut the holes out on those two up there and a hole out on that one. I think that's the hole, I can't tell. And now when they come in, I'll just go ahead and put the other two. 4 on each corner. Each of these are good for 1,000 pounds each. They're called bull ring tie down clips, I think. And great little device, easy to put in, sturdy, lasts forever. I mean, like I said, I towed and tied the crap out of my other one for years. Never had a problem with them. All right, well, in that there.